What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the month ahead of June for all my Capricorn Sun sign friends. If you were born between the dates of December 22nd and January 19th, then you are a Capricorn Sun sign, and this video is for you. In this reading, we're going to be taking a look at the month ahead for June, which is going to tell us what past, present, and future energies we're carrying with us. What you can hold on to in the month of June, what you can let go of, obstacles that are going to stand in your way, lessons you're going to learn. It's going to tell us all about the month ahead so you can plan for it. Remember, this is a general overall spread, overall reading. If you want a more specific reading tailored just for you, then head on over to my Etsy shop. The link is in the description, and I've got a bunch of readings that you can peruse, and we can answer a question, any question that you have, any question at all. But yeah, as it stands, this is an overall reading. I'm going to be using the Druidcraft Tarot, and I'd appreciate it if you give me just a moment here to center myself and ask the tarot cards the question, what can Capricorn Sun signs expect for the month of June? Whoa. Alright, that ought to do it. Let me cut the deck. And this is an 8-card spread. Alright, very interesting. I'm getting a lot of masculine energy here. We've got a lot of men in this spread, which is interesting. You know, men are go after, go get it, go acquire, right? That very male-dominated energy, and I kind of associate that with Capricorns. I know it's a generalization, but you guys are like, go get it. You know, even the women are just like, I gotta go get what I want, right? And that's not a bad thing at all. I'm not trying to, that's a great thing actually. So let's look at these cards individually and see what they have to tell us. This first card here is the King of Cups, and it represents last month's energies. Alright, King of Cups, last month's energies. I'm getting the sense that in the month of May, you guys were pretty creative. You're working from a heart-based perspective, doing things that you love to do, but you know, still being pretty emotional about it, and being open emotionally, and you know, creativity and emotion I feel like go hand in hand. So when you're open creatively, you're also open emotionally, and vice versa. So I'm getting the feeling that you guys were pretty in control of your emotions, and you were doing things that you love, creative things, and just a very positive vibe I'm getting from this card in the month of May. I get the sense that you guys were really doing wonderful things with your lives, and you're pretty happy. I get the sense of happiness from this card. Not like blissfully happy, but you know, content in where you're at, and just kind of a master of your domain and master of your emotions, and doing things from a love-based perspective, which is, you know, what we all strive to do. This card here, the Seven of Cups, represents the present energies. I get the feeling that there's a little bit of confusion surrounding the Capricorn Sun signs at the moment, as far as which way to go, which way to head. You're not really sure about your footing at this present moment. Remember, this is a general overall reading. It's not going to apply to everybody, but that's the sense I'm getting from most Capricorns right now, is that there's a lot of options, right? And you're not really 100% sure which option you should be taking. You're not sure which way to go, which direction to take, which is fine. I mean, you don't always have to know what are the right steps, and I feel like that's another part of being a Capricorn, is always taking steps in the right direction. But I get the feeling that maybe that at this time you're not 100% sure, and that could actually cause a lot of confusion for Capricorns, because you guys always need to be moving forward. And remember that there's always a right option, and you're not going to arrive at the right option by doting, by being depressed. You're going to have to use your mind, body, and spirit to come to a decision on which way to travel. As you can see here, there's a full cup that's waiting in the wings. That is the right decision. These other decisions are kind of distractions, and you're going to have to, sift through them to figure out which is which. And that's your job for right now, I'm getting the sense, Capricorn friends. This card here represents the energies of next month, the energies of June, and we've got the Prince of Pentacles. When I see Pentacles, I think Capricorn, and I'm getting the feeling that in June you are going to choose a direction, a path to take, and you're going to start to make action in that direction. But I get the sense of kind of not like throwing yourself gung-ho into it. Whatever choice you make right now, Capricorns, on which direction to head, I think you're going to take a more pragmatic, a slower approach, maybe a more reserved approach to achieving those goals, or that goal. Yeah, and I get the feeling that, this is probably work-related for a lot of you. It's going to be work-related or finance-related. The confusion around your finances, perhaps. But moving forward, I see you taking the forward progress, but doing it in a kind of slow, shy, reserved way, which is, not a problem. I mean, you got to do what you got to do to get to where you want to get, and I think just coming out of this kind of hazy fog that you're in right now, you're not going to come rushing out the gates with it. You're just going to be a little more pragmatic about it. I know it's kind of a general thing to say, but this applies to a large group of people, so you got to figure out how what I'm saying applies to your life and kind of go from there. This card here represents what to hold on to in the month of June. And we've got the High Priest. Okay, this card is saying that you need to hold on to your spirituality or religion if you're religious. But, the High Priest is the Hierophant in the traditional tarot decks. And I think what this guy is telling us right now is that your spirituality or your religion will provide you direction. And, if you're feeling lost right now or not sure which way to proceed, I think searching internally is going to help you to achieve that goal. So this card is saying look inwards. Look to your guidance, whichever guidance you may depend on, and they're going to help you reach the levels that you want to reach and put you on the right path, and help clear up some of that confusion that you might be having right now. So yeah, definitely hold on to your spirituality. Don't forget about it. Don't forget to meditate or to pray or whatever you do. Don't forget to always be seeking guidance and help. Because if you don't seek it, it won't really come. And so you really need to seek it out and ask for it to come in order for guidance to come. This card here represents a hurdle that you're likely to experience in the month of June. And we've got the Nine of Wands. Alright, I think a major hurdle that you guys are going to experience is kind of getting a little bit worn out to the point where you just feel really tired. You're putting a lot of work, a lot of energy, a lot of effort into your life, and you can't really sustain that amount of energy, I don't feel like. But you're going to get to the point where you just feel kind of dejected and tired, and you need to put up your defenses, which causes you to be shut out from the rest of the world a little bit. And I think that's going to be a major hurdle, is not overworking yourself to the point where you get, just so run down that you just feel like you need a longer break than you would have needed if you had paced yourself, basically. So yeah, this guy's kind of hurt, he's kind of injured, and he's kind of putting up a wall because he's been through so much, and he's just exhausted. It's like, is this battle still going on? Oh my goodness. You know what I mean? That kind of feeling. So I think that's going to be a hurdle for a lot of you, is just staying energetically uplifted, basically. This card here represents what to let go of in the month of June. We've got the Five of Pentacles. Okay, I think you guys need to let go of the idea that happiness comes from money, or satisfaction comes from money. The Five of Pentacles is about not having enough, is about being out in the cold, not appreciating what you do have necessarily. So I'm getting the feeling here of just kind of a forlornness for what you don't have. And I think that's what you need to let go of in the month of June, is realize that you can't attach happiness to physical possessions. If you do that, then you're going to be all over the map. You're never going to be happy when you don't have like a lot of things, right? And I think that's a very dangerous thing to do. And again, without making stereotypes or generalizations, I think a lot of Capricorns do that. They look to the physical world to provide happiness for them, and while it does provide a certain level of safety and comfort and happiness, it's not true enduring happiness. And so I think you guys need to focus on letting go of that philosophy or that mentality that you're going to be happy when you get stuff, or you're going to be happy when you feel secure, or you're going to be happy when you get that house or that car or that job. Those are things that can provide momentary happiness, but they're not going to provide lasting happiness that's going to really improve your life in the long run. This card here represents the people around you in the month of June, and we've got the Two of Cups. My oh my, what a great card for the people around you. The Two of Cups is about starting new relationships. I get the sense of love a lot from this, and I'm getting the feeling that if you're not in a relationship, Capricorn person, then you're going to find one, perhaps, or you're going to get closer to finding one in the month of June. And this doesn't have to be loving relationships. This could also be a great friend or a reconnection with someone that you kind of fell out of touch with. If you are in a relationship, I see a deepening, a strengthening of this relationship through an openness, through a sharing of emotions. So whichever side of the aisle you fall on, I think the people around you are going to be looking to make a deeper connection with you, an emotional connection, and are going to be strengthening those bonds between you. And this is a wonderful card. I can't imagine a better card to receive in this position, in this spread. This is just saying that the people around you are going to be there for you. They're going to be open. They're going to be sharing. They're going to be considerate. So spend a lot of time with friends and family and loved ones in the month of June, because they're going to be sharing some amazing energy with you. They're going to be uplifting you, I think, and they're going to be facilitating an open connection that's going to be very beneficial for you. Okay, the last card that is turned over here represents the biggest lesson that you are expected to learn in the month of June, and we have boop, 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 the Four of Cups. Alright, Four of Cups. Interesting. I think this card is saying that the biggest lesson that you're going to have to learn is realizing that happiness is here already now. Contentment is here. And all it takes is to shift your focus. If you don't have happiness and contentment right now, you're not focused on the right thing. You see this guy is looking at these spilled empty cups and he's saying, oh, I just, my life sucks. I got all these empty cups. But what he doesn't realize is that there's a positive cup right here, just out of sight. All he has to do is turn around and look at it, and he's going to see a cup full of water, full of happiness, full of contentment. And what this means is you need to be grateful for what you already have. Rather than doting, rather than commiserating with yourself on the things that you don't have or that you've lost, really focus on what you do have and be grateful for the things that you have in your life, because you are just blessed right now, and the more gratitude you can show for the things you do have, the more you're going to allow these things to multiply in your life and become a larger part of your life. Okay, so now that we've seen all the cards, let's do a quick overview. I just realized how many cups we have now that I've seen the last card. A lot of cup energy here, so a lot of emotion going on right now and going on into the future, into June, with the Capricorn Sun sign. So I think that's good. There's a few pentacle energies here, but for the most part, I think a lot of you are feeling a little bit emotional right now and being more in touch with your emotions, which is great. May was a great time for that. I get the sense that you guys got more in touch with your emotions, which allowed you to be more creative and more expressive, and allowed you to just be happier overall because you were just more in touch with your true self. So May was a pretty good month for you guys, I get the feeling. Moving into the present energies, I get the feeling that there's a little bit of confusion right now. I think you guys are a little not sure which way to proceed, and you're not really sure which emotions are valuable and which aren't. So I get the sense of just not being 100% sure about yourself right now and about how you're feeling emotionally, which is okay. We can't always be sure of ourselves, but moving into June, I see more of a shift in focus towards back to acquiring physical possessions, back to work, back to finances, but you're not going to go gung-ho. I get the feeling that June is going to be a little bit of a slower month as far as that goes, and you're going to take slow approaches, baby steps, and just be more pragmatic about it. You're still making forward progress. You're just not like launching into whichever venture that you decide to launch into. If you're going to continue with your old job or find a new job or whatever it is that you decide coming out of this confusing time, I think it's going to be a little bit of a slower approach for you. What to hold on to is your spirituality. Continue to meditate if you do so. If you don't meditate, then I suggest you try it. Or if you're religious, then continue to pray. And if you're not praying, then pray some more. Just be in touch with that spiritual side, because they're going to provide guidance for you, especially in these confusing times that you might find yourself in. They're going to be a great asset, and they're going to be able to help you in ways that you can't even fathom, because they know all, they see all, and they're here to help you with the highest intentions possible. So look to your spiritual guidance for help. Hold on to that. One of the bigger hurdles that you're gonna face is just getting kind of drained, just fighting so much. And I use the word fighting as a metaphor, but just putting out so much energy into what you want to do that you feel kind of exhausted to the point where you just like you put up a wall. You're just like, leave me alone, right? And you don't want to get to that point. It's better to pace yourself so that you don't get totally exhausted by the end of it. So that's going to be a big hurdle is what's it called? Rationing your energy in a positive way that helps you out. What to let go of is the negative emotions that you may attach to the physical world. And negative feelings and thoughts as well. Just the thought that money, acquiring it, will make you happy. I think that's something that you need to let go of, because it's not really serving you, and it's just kind of getting in your way, and it's bringing you down into a negative place. So if you don't have everything that you want to have at this time, don't worry, don't fear. It'll come in time if you shift your focus to a more positive one, which we'll get to in a second. So it's all about perception. It's all about, the way you see the world. And this card is saying, shift your perspective and don't see the world as a place to acquire stuff. That's not why we're here. The people around you are going to be very loving, very open, very willing to connect with you, which is a beautiful thing. I'd say spend a lot of time with the people that you really love and admire and enjoy spending time with as much as possible in the month of June, because they're going to have a great energy that's going to really uplift you if you're ever feeling down, especially if you get to this point. Go hang out with friends or family, because they're going to bring you back up. But overall, the lesson that you have to learn is to shift focus a little bit and shift focus from one of lack to one of abundance. And if you change your mind state from, oh, I lack this, this, and this, to, oh, I have this, this, and this, that second energy, the latter, is going to bring more of that into your life, because the law of attraction will feel what you feel and will attract more things that feel that way. And that's the way you're gonna bring more happiness and abundance and prosperity into your life. Okay, so I hope you got something out of that. Remember, this is a general overall reading. If you want a more specific reading, head on over to my Etsy shop. The link is in the description. I've got a bunch of readings that you can peruse, and we can work together to solve pretty much any problem you have. So I'd appreciate it if you go check that out. Leave a like if you got something out of this reading. Just click that little button. If you have any comments or questions about anything that I said here, then put them in the comment section. I'll be happy to reply to all of those. Subscribe if you haven't already. I do these Tarotscope readings bi-monthly. I also sprinkle in some readings along the way to keep you guys entertained and interested in learning. Alright, that's going to do it for me. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy taroting. Peace.